You got Handlock versus probably Zulog. It would be interesting to see Handlock versus Handlock. I mean, we haven't had that in quite a while.
Yep.
Whenever.
Handlock versus
I'm not
handlock
sure.
is we had it, but it's super rare.
The matchup is super tricky since you're going to put out a Mountain Giant. He's going to put down the Mountain Giant. Are you going to kill his Mountain Giant? If you don't kill his Mountain Giant, he's going to kill your Mountain Giant. And it all comes down to, oh, I'm on 18 HP, Lyra power, so far, I'm dead.
Yeah, or big game hunters.
Or big game hunters. That happens quite often. It's like, this matchup is one of my favorites, actually. Handlock versus Handlock, since it's super tricky. Oh, Koi life tab? Oh, Handlock versus Handlock confirmed.
Wow.
I like that one so much. Double Shadow Flame for Thijs and a Mountain Giant. The big question, what is Obvious holding? Is there a Mountain Giant too? Is there only Twilight Drakes? Are you going to drop your Twilight Drakes, or are you fearing the Iron Beak Owl? Okay, there's like the first.
Live
okay,
live
it's like the Warrior versus Warrior matchup. There's not going to happen anything pre-turn 4, and then the game begins and gets actually interesting. There's a coin for Obvious, so Obvious had the opportunity to play something now. And he chooses to play Taunter.
Okay.
That means either he has only crap in his hand, or, well, that was the only thing he can play. Okay, Giant 2 or Twilight Drake?
Twilight.
Yeah, I'm counting with a Twilight Drake too, actually. Nothing. Please don't tell me he has nothing. That would be... Yeah, the great thing for Thijs is he has the Ancient Watcher plus Silent. That's 9 cards. Can live tap. Can trade. Could Shadow Flame.
He could attack in Shadow Flame.
Yeah, attack and Shadow Flame. He could also Argus and attack if he wants to.
Yeah,
so like,
that's also an option I was thinking of. But then it's just a Mortal Coil target, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So what else? I think just trade the Giant in and play your Ancient Watcher. Oh, Faceless Manip. You wish you had that earlier, so you could have Faceless Manip yourself and then...
What?
I'm unsure, especially... Okay, let's see. I mean, he's down to 18. You said that. He can attack, and let's see. He has a Siphon Soul, he has a overwhelming Shadow Flame. So if there's a Faceless Manip for his enemy, he can still Shadow Flame that away. He can still Siphon Soul that away. Yeah, there's a Faceless Manipulator, as I said. And for the face. What's Thijs gonna do now? So he could silence Soulfire, Power Overwhelming, Shadow Flame, Siphon Soul, Faceless Manip himself. There's some possible plays. I think in this situation, actually, Siphon Soul is what I would do. Yeah.
There's no Molten Giants yet.
Yeah, Siphon Soul is what I would do. I mean, you're on 20. 20 is, in
23.
this matchup, tricky.
Well, only on turn 10.
Okay, what is Obvious having? Is there going to be a Twilight Drake? Twilight Drake can get silenced. Twilight Drake could get Faceless Manipulated also. Another Giant? Another Giant. We got 3, 6, 9 hand cards for Obvious.
Could be Twilight.
Could be Twilight. At the moment, it's nothing. He's just like, whatever. Not going to play anything. Not even going to hover over my cards. There's some players that are doing nothing. Did you see that no-name water bottle Thijs is drinking from?
Yep.
He's totally Mr. Non-advertisement here. That was great. Sunwalker is actually a good minion in this situation. You're not getting it killed easy mode. I mean, you can faceless it, but if you want to kill it, you cannot even silence your minion to run in. You cannot Shadow Flame. You cannot Soulfire. That's actually the best minion for Obvious to pull out here. Thijs could copy it and silence it.
Yep. That was what I was thinking about.
Or he... Okay, he could silence his Ancient Watcher, Argus those 2 minions up, and then Soulfire and attack with his Ancient Watcher. But that feels like the least optimum move. He copies, and there's like the question, do you want to silence it? Do you want to Soulfire it?
I would rather silence it.
Well, he could do nothing, since he still has the power overwhelming Shadow Flame on his Ancient Watcher.
Or he silences his Watcher. But then, yeah.
Yeah, that would be
silence better.
I mean, like this, now you need a Fear Mortal Coil. So he could run in his minion, trade, Mortal Coil himself. He could have a power overwhelming Shadow Flame too. That would be great. He just runs in for 6 damage into the shield, and then Shadow Flames away his minion, just wrecks the board, goes for the face afterwards. 7 mana. Iron Beak Owl himself.
Silence. Overwhelming Shadow Flame, clear the board.
Well, then he didn't need to silence. He could have just power overwhelming attacked Shadow Flame. So that silence would have made no sense. Yeah, I like the Argus play. You can trade. Your board still feels great. There's going to be Shadow Flame, obviously, I would say.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer.
And number one thing to do, just Shadow Flame. He can also...
Earthen Ring.
I think he life taps. He might have a Ragnaros, but he needs his Molten Giants, Mountain Giants, Twilight Drakes. We haven't seen one by now. If he even plays.
So you would life tap before you play 3/3?
Yep. Life tap, Shadow Flame. He could also play his 3/3 and Shadow Flame the 3/3 if he wants to. He doesn't even need to Shadow Flame his Watcher. 3 attack is already enough.
And he keeps the Shadow Flame for later, like
Oh,
a stronger one.
He has 2 Shadow Flames. That's okay, though. He can taunt up and Shadow Flame that one, too. So, also possible. And he's safe from Leroy Power Overwhelming. Or just Shadow Flame life tab right away. No, he goes for the Earthen Ring. Raza for 24 HP, then lower. Obvious, 8 mana. We haven't seen so many Twilight Drakes by now.
No, 1 Giant, no Twilight Drake.
If there are even any in Obvious deck. I mean, he could also play just Testingos and Sunwalkers and just crap on the Twilight Drakes. Don't care about him. Oh, Molten Giant. Leroy.
Wait a second. That's lethal. Or?
Yeah, that's Leroy Power Overwhelming. Whoa, no,
Well,
even
more than lethal. That's
even
just
with 1
so
Soulfire. I hope he tries the double Soulfire play. No, you should try the double Soulfire play. I wanted to see which card. So okay, drew the Shadow Flame. It's like always, you get 2 Soulfires, and Soulfire draws a Soulfire. Which is kind of surprising against a handlock. Actually, the Miracle Rogue or the Backspace Rogue feels kind of not so strong.
Well, Backspace has okay win rate against
I think Backspace Rogue would be great. Better than Miracle, since with Miracle, you're like, yeah, you're relying on if there's Giant, you just lost. I think it should, if it's a Rogue, then it should be Backspace. Oh, Mortal Coil, that's great. So what is Obvious running? I mean, he could have gone for Shaman. He could have gone for Warrior. Chooses to go for the Rogue. Even a Hunter would be better. But Thijs has nothing. Like, look at his hand. That's not optimum at all. Okay, down to 26. This game could end fast, like turn 5, turn 6. Depends. Could also go really long if Thijs is not getting anything. There's Leroy again. Yeah, I would play the Earthen Ring too in this situation.
Yep, definitely. Just get something on the board. He has no Twilights. No Giants.
Nothing at all to play here. Healer, the only minion he can put out with value. The other minions are Taunters, and Leroy. And Leroy, well, he could put down the turn 5 Leroy, like Leroy Mortal Coil, draw a card, just to get it out. So for Obvious, there seems to be no obvious answer.
Wow.
Yeah, you took really long. I was watching you. I was like, you were almost half asleep. Get yourself together.
I was checking the cards.
Yeah, you were actually thinking if you want to laugh about that or not. You're like, yeah, okay.
I'm always laughing about
21,
horrible puns.
22,
you know
23, 20. Okay, where was I? Let's count again. He killed the minion. Is there going to be 4/4 Van Cleef or the own Earthen Ring Farcia?
Just an Earthen Ring. Okay, now the Watcher.
Agent Watcher, the first good card Thijs is
Yeah.
actually getting in this
He
match.
could go for Watcher Sun Fury.
I would go for Lifetime Watcher if I go.
Really?
Or just Hellfire. The thing is, if you Hellfire now, you could have kept it one more turn to Hellfire Model Coil if there's an Azure Drake. So
Yeah, but he has a Soulfire to get rid of. Okay, he won't Soulfire in Azure Drake. But
Nope.
an Auctioneer.
Oh,
Ooh,
Cold Light
Cold Light.
Oracles even. So you like to tease Thijs' face, a bit surprised.
He's just like, God damn it, I'm gonna burn something.
Yeah, but goddammit, I drew a Mountain Giant, so I'm happy. And now Obvious should actually life tap it if he is able to.
You mean Shadow Step?
Shadow Step it. Damn it.
Oh, and now you see him smile. He knows what's coming.
Yeah, you see that? Oh no.
Burn!
Molten and Faceless, like two really good cards.
Pain!
And is there going to be another Shadow Stab?
No.
Are you sure?
He already burned everything.
Well, he can burn even more. I mean, Twilight
Then
Drakes,
you
Totters.
kind of lose the big burst win condition.
I agree there,
don't
but there's
burn
so
more.
many charges in. You get the big burst win condition even without Shadow Step.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's waiting for a move, then that's Southsea Deckhand or another Shadow Step in the end. Okay, Obvious just letting the time run out. Ah, Deadly Poison. Deadly Poison? Another
on a-
Faceless. All Faceless are gone.
Holy shit.
Holy cow. Please.
No, that was shit. Like 3 cards like those. Molten, double Faceless.
Okay.
That's not a cow anymore.
But my question is, why did he Deadly Poison up there? I mean, seriously. If he's not planning to win the next turn, I didn't see a reason to do this. So he could have Leroy double Cold Blood.
Yep.
That would be 14, 17, 19. That's not a lot. He could own...
It could also be... How much damage does he have? 12. 10.
I didn't like...
Drop Cold Blood.
I didn't like the Deadly Poison at all. I mean, if we knew Obvious hand, there might be a reason for this. Maybe he has another one in his hand and he just wants to deal as much damage as possible. Oh, second Cold Light Oracle. That's 3, 6, 10 cards. So one card is getting burned. Oh, Sap, he's burning the Mountain Giant.
Oh,
that was
wow.
well played.
Oh,
And that's why I played double Sap and double Cold Light in this version.
this is so nasty.
And my question is this still Backspace Rogue and he just didn't play anything? Or is it Miracle with 2 Cold Lights?
I think it's Miracle with 2 Cold Lights.
I mean,
Because in the backspace, you would have the Argent Squire, Fear Dragon, Loot Hoarder.
maybe he didn't drew something. He just had Deadly Poison, 2 Cold Bloods, and 2 Shadow Steps in hand. So
Yeah.
they're like the hand. Oh, even the Shadow Step. But can he play it? No, there's no time. Is there time?
No.
Shadow Flame also burned. If he Shadow Stepped that, I would have played it again.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously took some time there. I love the time limit. Big fan of the time limit. Screwing some people over. And Thijs knows he needs to play 2 cards now, or he's going to lose so many cards. At least 1 needs to be played. Better 2.
I would just coin for the sake of coin.
For the sake of kind. He could also Soulfire. For just losing 2 cards. Like, what? Soulfire. Yeah. I think it would be okay to Argus and Sun Fury. But there might be... Okay, I would Sun Fury Argus, so sorry. That makes more sense. Sun Fury and Argus first. That would give you a 3-4 Sun Fury. I think that's what I like most here. If you Soulfire, you could discard something cool. You want to discard something cool. You're really going to play only 1 card? That's like
Seems like it.
No. But if he plays a Sun Fury now, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
If he did it the other way around, he would have actually gotten a buffed up Sun Fury.
A 3-4 taunt.
Yeah, I think it was just he didn't decide on playing the Sun Fury. He was like, okay, after I play my Argus, maybe still play the Sun Fury, and then he actually went for it.
What I also don't get is, why the hell didn't he use his coin? Like, he will burn another card.
Yeah,
if
but he
there's a
wants to
Cold Light.
coin Ragnaros, maybe. That's like the only thing I can think of. Coin Ragnaros, hit the face, and then Leroy double Soulfire win the game. So that's why my intention why he didn't actually coin there, just to get rid of another card.
Oh, that wouldn't even be lethal yet.
Okay, what we got? So we might have a Blade Flurry, waiting an obvious hand. He drew a lot of cards. I mean, there are like 9 cards in his hand. That's correct. 3, 6, 9. One of them is a Cool Light Oracle, so he could draw 2 more, which is actually doing another Mountain Giant. So Thijs is getting the good cards. They're not getting burned.
Well,
okay.
Almost everything got burned already.
Yeah, 2 Facelesses, Shadow Flame, stuff got burned. Still, I think it's great what he's holding. What we got here? SI7 Agent. Eviscerate and clear. So that's like getting rid of the stuff on the board. And he brings him down to 22.
Yeah.
Wow, Cobalt. I'm sorry. He brings him down to 18. I'm still... Why did he Cold-Blood the 6-2 and not... Why didn't he deal the 6 damage?
Because he misplayed that one, obviously.
Yeah. What... I was like, yeah, okay, he's going to deal 6 damage. That makes sense. But then he just played...
Yeah, he buffed the wrong guy.
Well, how that shouldn't happen. That's
well,
like
you shouldn't lose, like, miss lethal either.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. Like, no. Is he gonna... What does Thijs want to do? So he could play his giant, taunt both up, trade, and Soulfire everything away.
And then lose Ragnaros and Leroy?
Yeah, okay, he wants to attack the 3-3 with his 2-3 and then play the Mortal Coil. That's exactly what he wants to do, I think. Okay, he can Soulfire, loses Soulfire.
That's fine.
Now I would heal myself up and trade my 2-3 into the 6-2. Yep. I would just still like the move more where you actually Soulfire away the 6-2, attack the 3-3, and then Mortal Coil the 3-1 to draw a card.
So let's see what Obvious can do. No Shadow Stabs, 25 HP. It's not that easy.
It ain't looking good for him after he missed some damage. I mean, if he has Leroy... Well, he cannot Leroy Shadow Stab now anymore.
Nope.
There's an Auctioneer. And a Stab again. Both Stabs are gone.
Yep.
As I just noticed that. If he has no Conceal... But he drew so many cards, he has to have a Conceal. Yeah. I was like, if there's no Conceal, I'm seriously surprised. And the great thing is one Shadow Flame got... 1 or 2 Shadow Flames got burned. I'm not sure. Twilight Drake, Argus, possible. Mountain Giant, or just Ragnaros. Ragnaros possible, actually. You don't have to fear Leroy. You don't. One Cold Blood is gone, did no damage. So what does he want to do? How does he want to deal 23 damage?
Why not just go safe?
Why not just go Ragnaros? And then win with Leroy somehow. I would go Ragnaros. There's no reason to not go for Ragnaros.
Well, the 2-2 is a big reason not go.
I wouldn't taunt up. I would have gone for the Mountain Giant coin Twilight Drake, actually. Just get like 2 big threat on the board. He cannot kill you. That was 6 damage on the board. Even with Leroy, that was 12 damage. Eviscerate, only 1 left. Okay, what is there going to be from Obvious? I guess he has another Cold Blood in deck. He used both saps already. And now he faces a 5-8 taunter. And in the end, it's always tricky. So you burned a lot of cards. He still had a lot of cards. And now you're just lacking the Shadow Stabs to make great plays, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing I didn't understand. Like, of course, he was burning nice cards. But you lose your win condition.
Okay, we could Selnos. And that's going to be Prep, Attack, Blade Flurry, probably. So you can attack with his 2-2, Blade Flurry, or just Blade Flurry, Fog, who knows? 1 HP left on the minion. Great damage in the face. And let's just say if he attacked with a cold blood, he would be down to 15 already.
Ooh.
Oh, that's great, Van Cleef. Conceal? Is that going to be conceal?
No.
No?
That's cold blood.
It's still gonna. That's like would be 4 damage more if you played it correct. So he would be down on 7 ties already.
I mean, you forces him into Siphon Soul.
Yeah, you force him into Siphon Soul, and then
Like, Twilight Drake, Siphon Soul, and Mortal Coil. But you will take at least 8 damage.
Mortal Coil first.
Yeah, to see what you get.
Another Mortal Coil.
Okay, doesn't change the play.
He's out of cards. Okay, you can Siphon Soul. Heal yourself up. But there's still Leroy, so you're dead. If he didn't Mortal Coil... Okay, he could have Siphon Souled Coin Leroy.
Could have Siphon Souled
Coin Leroy to kill the Auctioneer, to prevent all the damage.
Yep.
Then there's only 3 damage on the board with Leroy
and
9.
those are the last threats he has, obvious. Well, he still has a Leroy, right?
I think the best play would have been actually Siphon Soul Coin Leroy, even though it sucks. Hardcore.
Yep.
But that would be, okay, that would be just the safest thing. I mean, that's 8 damage on the board. Leroy, 14 damage, GG.
Yep, Leroy is coming. Has all his cards.
I think if you want to survive 100%, he should have gone for Siphon Soul Coin Leroy and just clear the Auctioneer. Still, there would have been 3 damage on the board, but we saw both eviscerates, so that wouldn't be possible. That could get interesting. We got the card burn Miracle Rogue versus normal Miracle Rogue. Auctioneer prep backstab in this matchup. It's okay.
It's good.
Advantage for Obvious, he has a coin.
And that's a giant advantage.
Definitely.
For Miracle Rogue.
Well, I think Obvious isn't that familiar with Miracle Rogue, so there were some small misplays, I would say. Let's just see how he does it this game.
Well, he won in the end.
He won in the end, and he misplayed the cold block completely. I won't forget that move for a long time.
Mechanics. HearthStone mechanics.
HearthStone mechanics, yeah. Those shouldn't happen. I remember the times when Miracle Rogue came up and people actually misdirected Leroy sometimes. So they Leroy Shadow Step, and accidentally attacked the Whelpling, since there was a tracking bug. If you just hover with your mouse over and a Whelpling comes from the sky, you're actually attacking the Whelpling sometimes.
What?
I think that happened 4 times against me. Like I was like winning just because people attack with a Leroy in the wrong targets.
Wow.
Thijs could attack or fuck him up. Decides to attack. Since he has
Makes way
the
more sense.
Auctioneer prep, Fan of Knives, that's going to be 3 cards to draw. He can also Shadow Step his Auctioneer back in his hand, so there's some plays.
Backstep before.
Earthen Ring, and now he's just going to backstab attack Earthen Ring himself, I would say. Okay, you could backstab Shiv also, if he wants to.
Nah, backstab attack Earthen Ring. You get map presence. Map presence.
You
Board presence.
You said map presence. That's a bit ridiculous. You could also just wait, and then next turn go for Auctioneer, backstab, prep, Fan of Knives, or Shiv. So that would be a possibility. But then he takes like damage he doesn't need to take.
And you don't want to take damage in a Miracle Rogue mirror.
Well, the good thing is he has the healer, so it would be okay. If he heals up that damage now or later, he would draw a card more with a backstab. That's the only advantage I see here. Why he would consider not go for the backstab attack Earthen Ring. Yeah, you could also just draw a card first, see what you get. Can still go for the backstab attack. No, he keeps it for the turn 5. It's a good thing to do. I mean, you can do it next turn, you draw a card more. I mean, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 cards to draw. And you heal up afterwards. Like, you're going to go for the heal and the Van Cleef. So 3, 3, 4, 4. Turn 6. That pays out, actually.
Well, we'll see.
Now, what is Obvious turn 4 play? Wellness.
Perfect.
As 100% perfect. He goes for the 2 damage shift just to deal more damage.
Yep.
But that's going to hurt him now. He's going to lose his Cellness like this. And value for Thijs. Good job. He didn't go for any other plays before. He took some more damage. But as we know, he can heal himself up. It's going to be Auctioneer, Backstab, Prep, Fan of Knives. Even the Stab, Prep, another card, and Fan of Knives, 2 more cards. As I would, okay, a shift is great.
Well, fan of nice, that's obvious.
Yeah, I'm sure. Another backstab, that's good. Since if there is, I don't know, a 3 HP minion, he could go for...
Zuodrake backstab.
Yeah. Or just go for backstab, Earthen Ring, attack, and Leroy Van Cleef for 6/6. He could Shadow Step his own minion now, but he got double Azure Drake in his hand. He doesn't need to Shadow Step in this situation. If you don't have any follow-up plays, like, okay, you badly need the card draw, but the Azure Drakes draw a card per turn. Like, they get played, draw a card. He got it twice, so 2 more cards to draw. He got a shift, that's another card, and he already has the turn 6 play he actually wants to do. So I don't see a reason for Shadow Stepping my Auctioneer. And there is a downside from Shadow Stepping your Auctioneer, since your enemy might just nuke the Eviscerates into your face, gain an advantage from this, and then finish you off.
Yep.
That's like always a problem. If you have your Auctioneer in hand, he just Eviscerates your face and wins the race.
What's he gonna do? Play, backstab SI?
A backstab SI, and that would be great. If it's backstab SI, that's great. I would 100% go for backstab, just attack with my weapon, Earthen Ring, Van Cleef, 3/3 and 6/6 minion.
Yep.
In my ears, it's like it yells for that move. Everything is like, whoa, whoa, do that move, do that move.
Oh, another SI.
Well, now my ears are yelling, I don't know.
Now my ears are yelling, Azure Drake backstab.
Azure Drake backstab? Are you sure?
Backstab.
A prep into what is he going to do now?
Conceal?
That's great play from Obvious. Next turn, that's going to be 6 damage with Cold Bloods, even more.
Could be lethal.
Yeah, I think that was a great play. What is Thijs going to do this time?
Heal himself up. Yeah, he has to. Heal himself up, play the Van Cleef, and pray.
He could even double heal himself up.
Nah, you don't. Well.
He could also shift Sinister Strike 6/6 Van Cleef.
Nope. Nope. Then you're on 22.
But if you shift into a Leroy, you could win with redrawing another Shadow Step and then even not. Okie dokie. Yeah, I think heal and Van Cleef is one of the better moves here. Feels good. 3/3 for 4. Even if he shifts into a Deadly Poison, he would need to draw another card somehow to draw a Blade Flurry.
Yep.
That's not possible. What is Obvious going to do? What would that just I have the hand cards to do it and no other options, and the rest of my hand cards are crap? I mean, that could be the fact here. There's a Sab. Into double Cold Blood. Okay, one Cold Blood.
One Cold Blood.
That's already 10 damage. Brings him down to 15. If he has no Eviscerates, that's actually...
Maybe he has Leroy.
Another Conceal?
Just
maybe?
Leroy. No. Huh.
Huh. Down to 14, but you got another Earthen Ring Farseer. You can clear the board now. I mean... Even with Leroy, Shadow Step Leroy, he couldn't win the game.
I don't like the Azure Drake now.
Well, but how else do you want to clear?
How else you're gonna clear? You're gonna backstep the 7/3, then you're gonna shift it, trade the 3/3 into the other 3/3, then you go for Sinister Strike and play the big ass Van Cleef because 1, 2, 3, 8, set 8 was already played.
That would be 8/8 Van Cleef. So under these circumstances, if you don't want to heal yourself, definitely do the play you're telling
you can even Shadow Step before you play the Van Cleef and play the Earthen Ring again. Then you have a 12/12 instead of 8/8 and clear the entire. No, you can't clear the entire board. Then you keep it 3/3.
Yep.
So that wouldn't make sense.
But you can Shadow Step your own Van Cleef to make it even bigger.
True.
Eviscerate. So I would say backstab and. Are you gonna eviscerate the face or the minion? I think the minion. But I like your play. If you go for the Zudrake, you could have gone for the other play. And that one would have been cooler. You would draw a card also, and you would get a greater minion out. So I agree with you on the Van Cleef play. That would have been way cooler. If it's only 8/8, that's already cool. If it's 12/12, that's way better additionally. But I think it was okay to go for that play. What do we have for Obvious? His board got wrecked. There's 7 damage against him.
Yeah.
Which hurts a lot.
There are no cold bloods anymore. Only way he wins is if he has Leroy, Shadow Step, Leroy, Deadly Poison. But that doesn't seem to be the case.
Or Leroy, Shadow Step, Leroy, Sinister Strike. So
Or
we got 2 maybe plays. He could have 3 cards in his hand. So
but obviously he doesn't have them.
Yep. Or he's trolling.
Nah.
But Master of BM doesn't care. Just waits for the time to run out. And
he's not one of those guys.
Okay, that's down to 13. Maybe he just has Leroy, Shadow Step, Leroy in his hand. And that ain't enough. This is looking better and better for Thijs. If he went for the Giant Van Cleef last turn, it would look even better. But look at how much damage. He has 7 damage on the board, 11 with his Sinister Strike, 13 with his Shiv. That's quite a lot of damage. If he gets Leroy, he could Leroy, Shadow Step, Leroy, Sinister Strike, GG. So maybe win next turn. Okay, what is there? Preparation. Or prep Shiv would be possible.
Will you go for it?
Yep, prep Shiv. See what you get. It's like too good. You get a Leroy value. Well, now you can go for the play you wanted to do. I would go for Earthen Ring. Yeah, I would heal myself, definitely. Play the other Earthen Ring too. Just go entirely safe.
Sinister Strike, Van Cleef.
Yeah. You could also Shadow Step again just to be really safe.
No.
Yes, I would do it. You cannot die in any way now. Now you're on 22 and your Van Cleef is a 16-16. So even if there's a Deadly Poison, Soundless Blade Flurry. 16-16 Van Cleef. It looks like Thijs is going to win this game, which looked not so optimum for him.
Yeah.
But after the double SI7 conceal play, Obvious seemed to only have crap load of nothing in his hand.
Well, he was out of ideas.
And even without the Van Cleef, he would win the game. Oh, is he 7-14 damage at the moment? Shiv? Seems to be desperate, Shiv.
Well, what would you do? Play the Shiv, obviously. Draw some cards and check what you get.
Get a sap. Be cool. As this looks like, Thijs is going to win 2-1 against Obvious. Great plays here. Well played. He gives up, concede. So Thijs wins the game, and that's a 3-0 for MYM.